No, that's not the right one. Okay. So this is going to be a somewhat ongoing thing. So our realm will hopefully launch tomorrow, and here's a preview, sort of a bit of survival gameplay. I've done, I'm pretty sure, most of what I need to do. Just getting it set up. So the general idea is that this is effectively a creative survival hybrid, but it's mainly survival, peaceful survival. But yeah, the overall experience is going to be survival, but you're going to have it's a pre built infrastructure, and a lot of builds that I've done in the past in creative and survival, mostly in survival, at least at one point, um, are in here. Hey, everyday astronaut, and I've just like been kind of playing a bit of survival, and I just felt like I should just start streaming. Irish? Do I sound Irish? Like I have some Irish blood, but I think on my mother's side. But oh, this is a Critical Role T-shirt. It's actually German, but it's like magical runic shit. I'm gonna be careful of the other two ones because they're on the. Okay. That one's safe, and this one. That's also safe. Okay. I think I'm looking out with this particular lava pool. That's supposed to be me. It looks like I might be like an ASCII portrait of a screenshot of me somehow. If it is, that's actually kind of cool. It also showcases how invisible my goatee is. I'm trying to make some maps. I'm hoping to make some maps, but I might have to consider actually like making a I either need to find a whole bunch of sugarcane or edit it into the game, since I like flattened all of the terrain, or not all of the terrain, but a good chunk of terrain, just to like make it a central hub. I really like being able to use Amulet because it takes the grind out of trying to like create a especially since I already created a somewhat sizable city type of build in our original realm. I repurposed this building. I'm probably gonna do a few things to touch this up in probably in survival. Cause I mean, it's freaking oak wood. That's um, really easy to attain. So um, now this, that's like a maybe eventually I'll fix that. Cause I want to have some upside down stairs underneath. But oh, maybe I'll do it. Also, I'd forgotten that I actually, one thing that added to the Corrales Keep, at least in this version, was matriculations! Although I don't think there's any way to get up to the matriculations. I'm going to like add that in. I can get up to some of them. No, you can't. There's supposed to be a ladder here. Why aren't there ladders? Like, are there ladders in some of these, or... There we go, there's a ladder. It doesn't go up all the way, though. Well, if we could actually get up to any of them. You can see the underside, like that's like shooting arrows down at enemies. I mean, there's some here too. What am I doing anyway? I could be looking for a spot to set up another portal. But I think I was gonna like showcase the I'm also a little curious about what this is going to look like on Realms. Because at least when I played it, our current Realm, the draw distance was terrible. Do I wonder if that's a product of like where it was set up? But anyway, this is partially cheated in. Like basically, a lot of stuff is using emulate and an alternate version of this map in creative mode. So like I do something in creative mode, then copy and paste it into here, so I don't contaminate the thing, basically. Most of these have grown. Some of these probably aren't going to grow. Like, I'm pretty sure that isn't going to grow. This maybe could grow. There's a little, like maybe a short birch tree could grow. Ditto here. This one could grow. And you could really see the RTX God rays. I think there's like a more technical term for what this effect is. This one might have some trouble growing. Right now I have draw distance like cranked all the way up. I don't wonder if that will translate to realms or if it just, because the big thing, like with the default draw distance that I had, I couldn't see the entire Ranma 1/2 logo. So like I'm gonna like make offline backups of the realm if I want to like showcase anything significant. There's some things I have fixed. I fixed this. Actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. Oh, that's just the, okay, that's just the controller, I think before I even do other stuff, I should probably just go exploring. I'm thinking of also like making my own survival home base. I'm not sure. I may have to change this a little bit because in my old realm or my old world, I was very concerned with like making sure that like I know make notifications about like, okay, this is built in creative mode, but I also build it in survival mode on a different server. Like, I wanted to be very transparent about that, and there, this is just such a hodgepodge that like going through every single build and be like, well, I mean, almost like, yeah, like the Lavos thing, which is down there, like the notes on that would have to be incredibly extensive because it's like, okay, I built the main shell of Lavos in survival in our original realm, but there's some different materials. Like the spines are made of stripped birch logs. Here they're made of bone. Um, in the other one, the interior is a little more leafy. There's no Lavos core inside of it, so like I have to make a laundry list of like, this is creative, this I did in survival. You know, I did this stuff like every single, like, you know, I like, how deep do I need to go? Like every single block. Like this was, at one point I made this block in survival mode. This block though was added in creative, or like, let's just accept that everything is a little bit of each. And although most of the, pretty sure all the stuff is going to be added at this point, more or less, aside from like maybe expanding some elements of infrastructure, it is going to be survival mode. But like now, I kind of have to go through like all the signs just to make it consistent, so that like, but like Nintendo Dojo, aside from the pixel art, like I built this entire thing in survival. Like it's mainly stuff I built in survival in the past, just bragging rights. And a certain desire to be honest and be like, oh, like you did all of this in survival. Like, no, I didn't. There's a lot of insane stuff I did do in survival though. Like that entire mansion. I mean, I'm not sure how much of it was survival in the original world that I put it in. It may not be survival at all, but I did rebuild this in survival. There's a lot of stuff I really wanted that I've like updated and revised and changed. I'm wondering how much of that I'm gonna try and like potentially import. Probably none of it for now. Like we're good to see like how easy it is to like update the realm, like on the fly, because it's like one way or another, it's going up tomorrow. I'm pretty much done for the day. Also, another thing to note is that the spacing of these lamps is probably not going to be even across the board. Like, there's a lot of copying and pasting. You know, you gotta start thinking of names for streets. Oh yeah, I was gonna put away a bunch of stuff so I can go out exploring and have room to like collect stuff. I just got sidetracked on the tour aspect, which I've toured this realm or elements of this realm so many times. Yeah, I need to get out of that mode. We're doing survival gameplay. We're done showing off stuff that we've already built. This is employee parking. is if we need to. I mean, what does that mean in game? Like, if you build a car, you better be an employee of the club. If you want to build a car in this parking lot. Like, only I can do it, and maybe some of my friends. Otherwise, you have to build your cars over here, where there's much more ample space. Anyway, this is where I'm temporarily storing. There's some things that I feel like I just need to like junk because there's some treasure chests that were uncovered as I was leveling the terrain. Also, I feel like I should chuck these stone bricks because they're just like randomly. I don't know. I'm not sure I should be that concerned. Okay, yeah, there's a temple over there. Also, there's a few spots, I guess because of just the nature of Amulet and everything, um, where there's literal missing chunks in the middle of the ocean. I had to actually go through and like, so if you ever log on to this realm, which is Bedrock. So basically every platform except for Java will have access to this. I think this would be a way to get in. Oh, looks like we have a way here. Maybe. There we go. These temples look even spookier with RTX. I think I've turned off TNT explodes. So another reason I want TNT to explode would be because I want to flatten terrain. And since I have Amulet, that's no longer an issue. Another thing I'm thinking of potentially adding in with element of creative mode would be just a like some sort of thing of materials for creating fireworks. So like probably just a bunch of gunpowder, because that's like, it's impossible to get gunpowder, or nearly impossible to get gunpowder legitimately on peaceful. I say as I'm like collecting a whole bunch of gunpowder from a temple, but like, actually I think they're making gunpowder is a little more common to find in temples. At least this temple. Like maybe I'm lucking out. I'm probably not gonna bother harvesting the. Here we go. You have a little bit of that's right. I need to put some things away. I need to put more things away. Also contemplating whether or not I should import a farm build from my old world. Like my Java world. Like there's some structures that I've like exported but haven't imported yet. Where's my bridge? I'm just gonna go back here and just kind of look around, because I'm pretty sure there's some, like a village I saw off in the distance, although I think it was night, so it probably was easier to spot. Was that the village? Like, was there a village over there? Like kind of in the... That might be a village. I think I see some like pumpkins maybe. I also don't want to venture out too much. We're probably gonna just venture out a little bit for, you know, sake of gathering stuff. And oh, there we go. There's a little dock. Needs some maintenance, but You don't need... Well, the wheat is probably all we're gonna find here. There's some other crops here. It might be more fun to like just create a farm ourselves. Let's exchange some things here. I can just equip this, I guess. I'm not sure how I must have accidentally equipped that because I don't remember equipping the chain leggings. Where were the other crops? And we just need to find potatoes and beets. This is a really crappy farm. Like you have a tree growing on top of it. That's I think I kind of saw like a desert village someplace. I think it might be on the other end of the Golden Gate Bridge, although well, I don't know sure how, if those have farms. Hey, kitty. That's just regular wheat, which we can. I also might put the seed number into a map editor, not map editor, like map viewer. I can't remember what the actual like name. I put in was. It's either Pixels Place or Pixels Place City. The name of it is Pixels Place City, but I don't know what. Interesting, the minecart doesn't have a RTX like shiny texture on it. I'm not sure if like entities in Minecraft have like bump mapping, like specular and whatever else. Yeah, I got something in my eye. Other than that, this is just so beautiful, it makes me want to cry. Yeah, it has like, it doesn't even have a basic bump map on it. I wonder if that's more because it's like, you know, an entity or whatever, rather than a block. Do I have a, yeah, like, oh, my tissue box is empty. It's probably out of my eye already. It's just once something gets into your eye, and grazes your cornea, it just feels like it's there even when it's gone. Oh, it's like a abandoned desert village, like a dude. Okay, we got some it's just bread. That's not potatoes. Books will be useful though. Uh-oh. I should have taken the sword so I could get rid of these. It's supposed to be like a ruined city. Have you ever seen this before? Like, I found like empty villages or villages that just eventually end up being empty because of, I don't know, engine limitations or something. There's some potatoes. So we just need to find some radishes. I guess melon seeds. That would require us to either find an abandoned mine shaft, which would probably be easier, or Ellie, it's a ghost. She's because of the way the green screen works. Probably because of I have like the tolerance set a little too high. Some prefer is registering screen. Like some of me is registering screen. Like this is brown, but I think like the daylight or something is causing it to look kind of green. We got savannah out there. That's cool. That's just regular wheat. Like the two rarest biomes, at least in my experience, have been jungle and like I've heard that the flower biomes are supposed to be rare, but like in my experience, they haven't been that rare. Yeah, I've been lucky and unlucky in different ways. Hey, Ellie. I should. It's like. Yeah, it's about time I'm supposed to feed her, and she's reminding me aggressively. I'm supposed to feed her. Are you aggressively reminding me to feed you? I think I've explored the entire thing. There's a abandoned kitty. I think there's a way to like make just random kitties yours besides just taming an ocelot. You can probably tell that I made this in creative because, I mean, look at it. Like, I built crazy things in survival mode. New Chef Palace being one of the big ones. But this is just. I mean, it's not just the scale, really. It's the. Like, how tedious it would be. Like, it was already kind of tedious to build and create it. But, like, going around just collecting a bunch of, sand and. Also, a little dangerous. I mean, there's lots of stuff I've built in survival that are tall or have tall elements to them, like the new Shaft Palace. I mean, at least here, like, there's water underneath it, but there's also like a little bit of an issue with at least this having an area that's actually wide enough. Which, I mean, I almost had an area wide enough, but like just copying and pasting it kind of clears a little bit of space. But yeah, these are like sheer spires. If I start falling, I need to try and direct myself to the water and to. But there would be a ton of repetition. And the sheer amount of like red concrete I need to make is just no. Like I when I begin to want to try and even for bragging rights, want to try and recreate this in actual survival mode. Anyway, it's kind of a shorter stream. I might play just a little while longer offline at some point. I don't know. It's gonna go. This is gonna go live as a realm sometime tomorrow, and I'll do a stream for the grand opening, as it were. After work, I may upload it as a realm before work, but I don't know. or at least set up the Realms account to get that taken care of. But so usually in earlier streams, I'd be able to do okay. Well, patrons, I don't really have any patrons right now, so there's not much point to it. But we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/pixelsplays. Um, I should really include the link. There's a lot of stuff I need to like rebuild in for the stream. Um, but in any case, thanks for watching. Until next time, sign off.